Good morning, lovelies. Monty Seelana here, Fairy Scholar. Very sorry about that. Streamlabs OBS is I don't know. I don't know what it is. Every time I will do a stream, it's like a roll of a dice if it will crash, and every time I do a collab, it will almost certainly crash. I don't understand. But yes, we are going right into some programming. And Daisy, yes, thank you for coming by. And thank you for the patience. I Streamlabs is annoying. I keep telling myself I need to look into just regular OBS, see if that'll fix some of the issues I'm having. But I probably should push some of it for next week. I've been telling myself that I need more time to do stuff. So it'll probably be like a bit of a lighter week next week, and an actual light week, and not what I. Every time I say it's a light week, it'll be like 4 streams. Insane. Stacy, how are you on this fine day, Monty? Good. I've got some tea. Hopefully the brain juices are flowing, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the day. Specifically, Ina's birthday stream. I'm very excited for that, and because I definitely don't want to miss that, and I have so much other stuff to do. This will end up being a lighter stream as well. Curry, hello. You better be having good days. You better be having a good day, friend. Yes, and I'm sure. I hope both of you are having a good day as well. Hopefully, good things to come. Okay, so. This one, right off the bat, seems a bit on the easier side. Reverse linked list. Given the head of simply linked list, reverse the list, and then return the reverse list. I'm hoping they're looking for a different instance and not to. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter, right? So we're getting a list node and we're returning a list node, but that, strictly speaking, it doesn't have to be the same. So it might be easier. I wonder if I can just make a new list node this entire time. I am about to make some coffee to stave off my tiredness. Yes, I have some tea as well. I can't do coffee. I don't know what it is. Like, if I drink coffee, I will get that caffeine crash like within minutes. But tea does it for me. I don't know. So super basic stuff. Just reverse it, and obviously if it's empty, then you go through and well, I mean, reversing an empty thing just returns the empty thing. So this is obviously recursion. I just gotta figure out how that recursive looks. We'll probably have reverse list. It'll take in the head. Let's see, and then that'll launch a actual recursion function. I just don't know what that would do. There's more practice for interview. Yep. I have a job interview in I don't know the exact dates. A little bit under 3 weeks. So there'll be more programming streams, and then I'll try to take it easy, because this is like the job interview. If I pass this, I should note, this is not just one job. This is 5 split out into 2 days. And if I pass all of that, then I have a very, very impressive job indeed. So I'm very excited, but also very anxious, because I'm a very nervous person overall. So, what is the best way? You know what we can wait, actually. You really only need let's say read head, and then read and output, or even just input and output. Because trying to visualize this. If we're going through this, then recursively we'd actually start with this here, and then as we move on to 2, we would want to make a new list node that goes on to the next one. So we need to keep track of 3 things actually. We've got the input head, and then the output head, and the output previous. So if in where we are recursing over this one, we would make a new list node, have that point to the thing before 1, which is nothing, and then we call the recursive function again with 1 as both the head, 1 as a head, and then 1 as the as a previous. Next iteration, we've got the 2. You'd want to make a new list node with value 2, pointing to the output previous, and then you have that as the output head. And I think if you continue that onwards, you would eventually return output head. I want to say that sounds right. Good luck, my friend. I'll be rooting for you. Thank you. Thank you. Slay down unemployment. Yes. I've mentioned before, I'm incredibly fortunate in that, like, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. What? Streamlabs. This is so silly. I'm very sorry about this. Yeah, YouTube's freaking out. Oh no, yeah, I can see lots of Gil, hello, Monty. I got what I'm seeing. I should ask, how's the video? YouTube's complaining. I am a little worried because YouTube's been goofy the past 48 hours. If this ends up kind of flubbing, then this will be a difficult stream indeed. Honey, hello. See you tomorrow, Monty. Oh, thank you. Oh, I should note, the Koe no Katachi watch along is in 2 days. It is in 2 days. It is not tomorrow. I need to make a thumbnail for that. But yes, I am very excited for that. And for context, yes, so I'm gonna get my second vaccine shot this Saturday. So for this weekend, I'm not gonna have an interview. I will instead be watching Koe no Katachi, A Silent Voice. I've had so many people suggested to me that it's a truly beautiful movie, so I figured I'm gonna watch it. It will be in the Seiso Industries Discord. I'm gonna rent it off of I'm gonna rent it off of YouTube. I'm gonna stream it to Discord so everyone can pop in and you can hear and see it. And then I'll have a stream to YouTube, which would just be our reactions. It's probably be okay though. I don't think you're streaming any intensive. That's true. I mean, you're gonna see text move. You know, like you don't need high FPS. If my audio starts breaking up, that is an issue. Definitely let me know if that happens. Good luck with the second shot. It knocked me out for a day after I got it. Yeah, I'm hoping that doesn't happen. So I didn't want anything intense this weekend. Poor YouTube is freaking out. Okay, so I'm pretty sure what we need is how do I make a new list node? Let's see here. JavaScript instantiate. How do I spell class or object? I suppose. In case you're curious, I believe the same guy behind Koe no Katachi also made To Your Infinity. Good luck with the shot, Monty. Thank you. And I've not heard of To Your Infinity, but that is going on the to-do list as well. Any movies, and we'll slap you in there. Thank you for the heads up. How do I make a new thing? Okay, cool. So we'll new let's see. Node, right? Node equals new list node. Oh, that is explicitly not what I don't want to do. Oops. Wait, how do I say instantiate one? Kind of square equals new. Yeah, okay. So there's a value. Can I just go head that val, and then wait, I don't even need that, do I? Because I already have the head. It's really only in here. New node, and I'll get to that later. So this a lot of recursive functions will end up having something like this, where the recursive function will need more context in the arguments. So whatever public-facing function you have will have notably less arguments, and then everything like you do a little bit of setting up for the rest of the arguments and like getting the base cases up. In this case, we want our input. Actually, I mean, I guess we can still we'll call it input just for clarity. We'll feed in the head as our input. The output head will be no, really. No, output previous is no. I want to say that looks correct. Sure. T. But yes, as well, yeah. So these are references to nodes, but those can indeed be no. So what we're saying here is we're gonna start the recursive function, looking at the head, and then so far we only have just blank empty space. And what we want is we're gonna copy it over, such that the new head is whatever we copy over, and that is pointing to the previous, which is currently no, which makes sense because this is indeed not pointing to anything. So we'll make a new node by copying it over, and then the new node that we're creating, its next is going to be whatever the previous was. Wait, is that it? Okay. No, first we actually have a base case here. Of course, if input. If input is no, I suppose. Yeah. If input equals no, then we return output head. Otherwise, we make a new node by copying it over, and we point its we point it at whatever we've been storing previously, and then we recursively call. For this next iteration, we are looking at the next node. So this is input.next. The output head is going to be whatever node we just created, and then the output previous. Am I doing this wrong? Because is that not just also the one we've just created? I might have actually done too much here. Because if these actually might be just the same. Let's see. Right, because we don't, as this is a single linked list, we really only need the head. Everything else is just like vaguely out there. So I think that's all we need. Input head, output head for clarity. The new node will point to whatever the head was. That sounds about right. This is oddly therapeutic, is it? So interestingly enough, a lot of why I want to do these programming streams is the recruiter I was talking to was looking for, like, one of the skills they were looking for was that I'd be able to describe my thought process constantly to the interviewer. And I thought, I already do that in streams, so like this is perfect. Truth be told, I thought this would. First, I thought that programming streams just weren't a thing. Like I thought there would not at all be any interest in them. And then a VTuber friend of mine, Fuwako Uni, actually did a programming stream, and that kept her sprinkles entertained the entire time. And I was like, that's the thing I could do. I can do that. And this is like my third programming stream, and I'm honestly surprised that anyone finds these interesting. But I'm glad that. Okay, wait. I need to return this. Right? No. That'll just go through, and then this. Return output head. Return. Yeah. Because we have to return all of these. The base case. Next. Yep. Okay. But yeah, that's really break brain. I'm truly surprised with these and like my writing streams. Like they're not what conventional streamers do. So I'm really surprised that they have any interest. And thank you for that. I want to say this should work. This is on the lighter side of things, of course. Nope. Your output was nothing. Well, that's not good. Okay. Fuck. Recur. Input out head. So this should return head each time. Wait. Return. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So it's going to the base case. So once we're done with all of this, we've recursed, and the input head is at 5, output is at 5. Because of the nature of like how recursive returns stack, this would return what this returns, and so on and so forth. But it would just return this no. What is the best way to do that? I mean, you could do that iteratively, but that doesn't strike me as amazing. Thought process kind of streams have their own charm. That's true. So a lot of what was it? All of my inspiration for this was actually Ina's drawing streams. Matthew, hello. And by the way, happy birthday, Ina. Have you guys seen the New York City thingies? What is it? Some takodachis have massive billboards in New York City for Ina, and it is amazing. Which one of these? Let's go with you. And after, yeah, in Times Square, there's some takodachis have gotten Ina her own spot that like it's like a few seconds every hour, but like for the entire day. Absolutely insane. Like I cannot imagine how excited she feels about that. I like, oh my god. I think she'd even mentioned that like you know, in Japan, particularly big VTubers and particularly big idols, Times Square, yeah. In Japan, idols would get that kind of treatment, and it for her it felt like absolutely insane that she was now part of that. And good on her. Like she makes out every takodachi so incredibly happy, and I'm so glad the takodachis can have a way to give back, you know. Okay, so I mean, this should work. At the end of this, when this is fully done, I should have a linked list like this. I just figured out how to return it. It's probably not doing it recursively. She does deserve it, absolutely. She's, I mean, don't get me wrong. Every single one of the Hololive EN girls, and really all of the talents, they're so what's the word? They're so humble. Like they're massive inspirations, and a lot of the time they're like they didn't think they'd ever be that big or impact that many people, and it's truly inspirational. Okay, my brain's floundering on how to do this, so we're gonna not do it recursively because apparently I can't. I forget. Well, I should at least. We'll get back to it. My train of thought there was, if I can't do it recursively, just do it iteratively. We're coming everything out. But if I can't do it recursively, I probably should teach myself how to do it, and you know, flex that part of my brain. Because I have no idea what that job interview is gonna be like. But we're gonna do it iteratively, so I at least get it correct, and then focus on recursively, see if we can't map that out. So we got a while. Let's say var input cur, yeah, equals head. While input cur is not null. So and then at the end here, input cur equals input cur dot next. This whole thing is a while loop. It'll set input current at the head, and then it'll do some stuff, and at the end it'll advance to the next one, and that'll keep going until it gets to nothingness. Is it true if one thing doesn't work in the code, the entire thing fails? Absolutely. It's dependent on the kind of issue that you have. If it's, let's say, this, that's not a real word. That's a crash. See? That's not defined, and so everything will break. Now, good programming techniques will try to split everything up. So what you could do is have like, so this is one function. Ideally, you'd have multiple functions. So if one thing broke in a function, then you've like, what's the best word? You've isolated it, so only like a small part of it breaks versus it just crashing everything. That's what good programming looks like. Not every programmer is a good programmer. And you'd be truly disgusted to know, especially like if people are like, if they're pressed for time, people will write really crappy code. And if you've ever wondered why every programmer out there says like, oh, you shouldn't, I don't know. If you're a programmer, you understand why games can be buggy, or like why electronic voting might be a bad idea. Programmers are smart, but programmers are lazy as shit. So we've got the loop to traverse this input thing. We need to put them into an output. Head equals null. We'll make a new node. Okay, so what we're effectively doing is just copying all this over. We have the if input head equals null, then we break, which is fine. We already have this in this while loop. We're traversing through input cur, which is a pointer to this linked list, and we're building onto output head. When this is done, output head will be all the way over here, and it will have a reference to all this stuff over here. So we'll just return output head. Okay, so then we have to actually do the building here. And the logic's much the same as up here. I heard among yes, Skill. I heard among programmers Stack Overflow is something they love. Stack Overflow is my god. It can be described as Reddit for programmers, but specifically you will go there to ask a question, and then people will give you answers, and usually those answers will be far more complex than you were hoping for. So interesting. What's the best word for this? Misconception. Interesting misconception about programmers. It's not like it is. If you're not a programmer, you might consider cheating to copy someone else's code. That's not at all the case. Copying someone else's code, assuming you understand the code, of course. Copying someone else's code is one of the best things you can do, just because you can be guaranteed it works, and your code might not. And someone might have figured something smarter than what you could have figured out. Oh wait, okay, yes. So we'll make a new node, which is equal to the current value, and points to the output head, which is currently null. And then we'll make the output head that new node. Well, okay. We can actually skip that then. So the output head will be a new list node with the input cur value and output head, and then input cur iterates forward, while loop goes through. At this point, also really, maybe not an annoying thing, but just something that is integral to programming that it is a skill that you might not have if you haven't taught yourself programming. You'd have to be able to keep a mental tab on the state of things in order to go through what I'm doing here and check yourself through an example. So I'm right now I'm like kind of in my mind figuring out what would this look like after we've already done one loop of this. And at the end of this, input cur is now pointing at this input 2. Output head is this duplicate 1. While input cur is not, no, it's not, it is 2. We'll make a new list node with the input cur value. We'll copy over to 2. And then the next will be output head. So we already have an existing list node. We'll make a new one, point it to the old one, and then we'll give it the same value. And then we'll save that as output head. And then that'll keep continuing up until we get to 5. At which point input cur equals input cur next. That'll go to no. While it's not no, this will break because at this point it will be no. This while loop will break out and then we'll return output head, which should be all of this, I hope. There we go. Okay, let's... Oh, come on. Run some example test cases. I was a little worried with this one. Another important thing with programming is, let's say you have a program that it counts apples, and you say, okay, I have like 2 apples. It's your job as a programmer to figure out how to break that and make sure people don't break it. Because as we all know, anyone that works with like if you've ever watched the Boomer try to figure out like a phone app, they have no idea what they're doing and they'll do everything wrong, and you have to make sure that doesn't crash everything. If you have a program that counts apples and it's expecting like 2 apples, 3 apples, what if someone does like -1 apples or Q apples or purple apples? You have to take that into account. And that's a lot of how you make sure your stuff doesn't crash if unexpected stuff comes in. Like with this, if you just pass in nothing, a lot of this is a very common very common edge case for it's expecting something and you just get nothing. Then you need to make sure it doesn't crash. Then that is so complex. Yeah, but programming's tough, man. Let's see, I've had 8 years of programming schooling and 4 years in the industry. Right, but I've been programming for 12 years. That's insane to think about. That's half my life. Programming's hard. It's really, I mean, that's why they pay the big bucks, like it is very much, you have to, it's a completely different way of thinking that you don't really use in the real world. And we'll submit this, and hey, there we go. This is actually quite slow. How about I speed this up? I don't care. Actually, I should look into that recursive thing to be sure. Because I might as well practice everything here. So we figured out iteratively, but it was on a slower side. Which is interesting. Wait, this doesn't even work. Wait, I'm so stupid. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so stupid. Okay, so if you don't know, mind me asking, why programming? So my dad does computer science. He doesn't program specifically, but a lot of it was I wanted to follow in his footsteps. I actually wanted to make games once upon a time. Even as a kid, I was very creative, and I wanted to make things that people would enjoy, and I enjoyed video games, so I wanted to make video games. So I went to school learning programming so I could make video games, and then I finished schooling, and it turns out the video game industry is really, really mean to all of the developers. you can see there's so much drama of video game companies asking for like 100-hour work weeks or not paying enough or like unpaid crunch time, and it's like luckily finding a programming job is pretty easy. I mean, maybe not easy. I am freaking out over one, but programming is one of those things where like someone out there will want it in their company, So it hit the nice balance of it was a safe career path, and it was something I wanted to do. And then I realized I didn't want to do it, and I was like, fuck. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's I know a lot of people will try teaching self programming as well. And I think, you know, it's programming is one of those things where it is an entire career that pays very well, it's very stable, and you can teach it yourself. I think that's very powerful. That being said, it's really fucking hard. It's one of those, like, if you plan on making money out of it, I don't think it can be a hobby. There's so much you have to teach yourself. Too late to turn back? Yeah, oh yeah. And truthfully, like, programming's been in my life for so long. I don't know what I would have done otherwise. Probably psychology, because psychology is really cool. But I don't know what I would do as a job, right? Like, one of my friends, Kai Chizuru, is not clinical psychology. Clinical psychology, she's studying psychology. Or they are, I'm sorry. They're studying psychology, but they don't want to do clinical psychology, which is like you were talking to someone doing therapy and such, or being a counselor. They want to do like research psychology, but that's hard, you know. Oh yes. So you might have been able to catch here. In this whole recursion thing, I make a new list node, I save it as new node, and I don't do anything with it. I just totally throw it away. Oops. And sure enough, it works. God damn it. And it works. This is one of the pains of programming, you know? All it takes is like a little typo, or like I used the wrong word, and then everything breaks. Also, I seem to have summed up. Very sorry about that. I seem to have summed up upon 2 ways of doing exactly the same thing. Oops. Alrighty. Let's look for more problems. What is add 2 numbers? This is a medium. I can't imagine this is as easy. You're given 2 non-empty linked. Wait, I feel like I've looked at this before. Maybe. 2 non-empty linked lists representing 2 non-negative integers. The digits are stored in reverse order, and each of their nodes contains a single digit. Add the 2 numbers and return the sum as a linked list. You may assume the 2 numbers do not contain any leading 0 except the number 0 itself. Oh, okay, yes, okay. So this is a 3-digit number, 342. It's in reversed order because, and that is for a specific reason. When you are doing addition, you add the ones digits first, and then the tens place, and then the hundreds place, and that's what they're looking for here. And they're very. I think the impulse is, why would you ever add a linked list when you could convert this into a actual number, add the 2 because computers are good at adding, and then convert it back. But I think what they're expecting is you are effectively just doing what the what is it called? I mean, this is how you teach addition to like kids. You know, you add the ones digit and you write that down, and you add the tens digit and you write that down, and then in this you know there's actually one left over, and so for the hundreds digits you would add that together. Note that there was one left over because this is actually 10. Add that to be 8, and then you're good. And this is a lot of programming is like this. Like, you can do the logic in your head. You just have to really slow yourself down to figure out how do you teach a computer to do that, you know? And that that is one of the hardest things for when people start off being a programmer. Like slowing your logic down is really tough. Like even how like this is a medium thing, so this should be really hard. And then I think we're at yeah, it's so 5 million people have or there have been 5 million attempts, and only like a little under a half of them are correct. Something as simple as addition, slowing your thought process down for that's really hard. Okay, so let's hit this with some pseudocode. Recur through L1 and L2. Tracking 10 what is the best term for that? What is that like? This is the ones place, tens place, hundreds place. What is that called? Place, I guess. Exponent, because that's 10 to that. Yeah. Very challenging. It is a very challenging passion. A lot of why I wanted to be a VTuber is I made the realization that this is not necessarily my passion. One of my friends, my age, we had worked at the same company a little bit, and we still remain good friends to this day. He graduated college doing music theory, and then he just taught himself programming, and he fucking loved it. Every new software technique, every new everything, every little news of the programming world, he eats it up, and he gets so excited at what he can do with it. And that passion has brought him from a music theory, a degree in music theory, to a $130,000 salary job at Disney Plus. He makes bank. Anyone that truly loves programming, like, dude, they're set. It's I'm not there. I think I'm good at programming and I enjoy it, but like, would I be happy if that was all my life was if all my life was programming? Hell no. I don't know. It's I want to be a little more creative than that. The exponent, carry over. I wanted to say that's it. What? Yeah, what a turnaround! Seriously, dude, he's honestly such an inspiration to me. He's insane. I want to say that's it. So we're much the same as previous. We will do this recursively, with L. I guess we can do L1. Well, head 1. Sure, head 2, such that we don't. A lot of programming is like, you can write shitty code that works well, but you have to make the assumption that other people will read your code, and, in case you leave, or if you're collaborating with someone. So you don't want everything to be worded like this. I could call this Q, and this is P and W, or whatever, and like this would work. It's just someone would look at this and have no fucking idea what was going on. And that's it. Programming is such a collaborative effort that like you very much have to yeah, you have to make the assumption that you are working with other people, even if you aren't at that time. It's very tough. What are your thoughts on Yandere simulated code? Dude, I was excited for Yandev, but his code was literally like, if this, then that, else if this, then that, and he would literally like just do that. Like that's all of his code, and he would just copy and paste. And you can imagine this is not code you want to read, because what if it's like, haha, this is a different thing, and you're looking at all of this and it's like, what the fuck? So I've heard, not only is he self-taught, which totally fine. You can't be self-taught. It's just I would suggest you look at good programming techniques. But he was very like, he had hired a different game development. I think it was a Tiny Build. Yeah, Tiny Build. He had hired a different game dev group to help him, and they were like, dude, your code is so truly disgusting, we have to rework it. And he was like, no, this is my baby, you do not get to fix it. And he basically turned down like every attempt to fix his code, and Tiny Build just gave up. And I think it was somewhere in someone in the community that they were like, fuck it, we'll make our own Yandere simulator with booze and hookers. And I think I'm actually quite curious. I haven't kept up with that Yandere simulator. Home. Is there news? I know that the Reddit was going on for a bit. Ever since the official there's a subreddit hacking. Well, there's so much stuff that's gone on. Wow, this is I'd almost kind of forgotten about Yandere Sim for a little bit. There is an entire rabbit hole to jump into here. That's going on to-do list as well. I think the new game was called Love Letter. That makes sense. Game, Yandere Sim, Love Letter. Love Letter, My True Feelings is a cancelled stealth action game by Yandere Simulator, developed 2020 by the Love Letter team, was led by Dr. Apis. The game was intended to be competitive for Yandere Simulator, amassing a lot of support when it was first announced. Why it was cancelled? The game was cancelled after controversy has arisen within the Love Letter team, with a lot of drama surrounding Dr. Apis. Allegations of grooming and sexual harassment were made against Dr. Apis, causing him to cancel the project, though Dr. Apis claims he canceled it because it affected his mental health. Oh, like what the why? I was so excited for this game. Why can't they just be normal people? Just be cool people and make a cool game. It's not hard. Holy shit. Well. Exponent and then carryover. Okay. So we will recur at 1 L2. So for every linked node, linked list, the node is also the head. I should note head is the what is it called? It is the naming convention for the first part of a linked list, because from that you can access everything else. I did not expect it to. Seriously, like what the hell? Is it so hard for people to just be, decent human beings? It's freaking insane. Tracking exponent and then carryover. So what I'm hoping, I don't even need this, I guess. What I'm hoping with this is for every iteration of this recursion, this is not amazing. For every recursion, we will have 2 heads. The exponent keeping track of what place it is. Like for example, this is the ones place, and then any possible carryover. So in this situation here, there would be some carryover. So we're looking at the head of 3, head 1 of 3, head 2 of 4, exponent of 3 because this is 10 to the 3, and then there is indeed a carryover. So that'll be 1. Yeah. So what we need is, we're just gonna add it really. Sum equals head 1 val plus head 2 val. So in this case, that's a simple 2 plus 5 equals 7. We need to make a new list node. Bar output equals new list node. How do I want to do this actually? Does that start at null? That doesn't. strike me as correct. How do I return this? So we're returning. Oh yeah, no, that's fine because we will return a new list node of the sum, and then the next will be whatever it is for the next one. So we will recur with head one next. This is gonna be hard to read. So how do we want to do this? Nope. Oh boy. I always hate when I have to do this, but hey. Head one, head two. Next, the exponent will be exponent. Wait. Oh, we don't even need the exponent. We need the exponent if we're gonna turn that into an actual number, because this isn't 8, this is 800. But we don't care, we're just keeping in the linked list. So we don't need the exponent whatsoever. And then the carryover. So consider this to be 9 plus 9. The sum would be 18, but we only need to save 8 and then have some carryover. So value, I suppose, is sum divided by 10. Keep in mind in programming, when you divide by something, wait, actually, hold on. So if you divide an integer by an integer, you will get an integer. So if this is 18 divided by 10, you'd only get 1. Wait, that's not what I'm looking for, right? Yeah, no, because that's a carryover. Yeah. And I'm forgetting about the carryover up here. A lot going on. Okay. Starting that again. We need the sum. Is it this? Modulo 10. Modulo is something that you understand implicitly if you know math, but it's never been given a name. So when you do division, let's say 6 divided by what is it? 19 divided by 6. That's 3 with 1 left over. Right? Yeah, the math is correct. This is the modulo. This is effectively sum divided by 10. What is the leftover? Which is exactly what we want, because if this is 18, the leftover should be 8, which is what we want to save. So we've got the value, and then the carryover is sum divided by 10. However, this is where things get a little fucky, because this JavaScript is a poorly typed, weakly typed language, which is to say there's no way of saying this is an integer, this is a double. So I need to be sure that this actually works. JavaScript. I've said this before, but JavaScript is a terrible language and no one should be working in it. That being said, my previous job was shitty, so it was the only thing I worked in. JavaScript, divide integer. The way to guarantee that. How to perform an integer division and separately get the remainder in JavaScript. Math floor. Right. So this will indeed be this will be double division, which is to say if this is 18, then we'll get 1.8, which is not what we want. We only want 1, but we can do math.floor, which is to say we round down. Oh boy. Okay. And I want to say that should be everything. And then finally, if we do have carryover, we'll add that in here. And that's relevant in over here, where the sum we want it to be 8, because the previous one, 4 plus 6, is 10. There's some carryover, so this addition should look 3 plus 4 plus 1, which is what we have here. The 3 plus 4 plus the 1 carryover. And that's the sum. The value gets written to the node, carryover goes to the next one. Yeah. And then well, this would be new carryover. You don't want to you want to keep your variable names separate because this carryover is indeed different from this carryover. Also, I've seen the word carryover enough times. It no longer looks like a word. I want to say that looks correct. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. So now we need to handle the situation where one of them is no. Because it's number nodes. Yes. Guaranteed that the list represents a number that does not have leading zeros. Okay. So this is very clean in that this is a 3-digit number. This is also a 3-digit number. So one, we need the base case where as this recursion is looking at numbers, it needs to hit a point where it will stop, and it also need to handle what happens if one of them has stopped but the other one has not. If head 1 or head 2 equals no, oh shoot. Yeah, I think there's JavaScript might have a different way of is that undefined or no? Shoot. JavaScript compare no. That might be 3 equal strings. The only value that doesn't equal itself is nan. If no equals no, what the fuck? Be more simple. Come on, Stack Overflow, help me out here. Try to check for no in JavaScript. No is falsy. It violates the false if codes to a boolean. I can't. I still. Well, okay. Weakly typed languages. So this is to say if head 1 or head 2 do not exist, then we have to do something different. If they both don't exist, then we really quickly toss in the carryover, right? Yeah. If carryover equals 1, then we actually still want to keep going one more time because that carryover will mean we'll add a new digit. Stack Overflow is the way to go. Absolutely. The sum would just be carryover, and we will recursive with we can just continue. Well, I mean, hell, we can make them know just to very explicitly say this is a base case. Okay. If there is a carryover, great. Otherwise, no wait, actually that's fine. Our new list node. This recursion isn't correct because it will just make the okay, yeah, there's our recur. Yeah, it will return a list node with a sum pointing to the result of the next one. I wonder if I probably should just make a list node here and not go through the recursive thing. That'll save a little bit of time. New list node of 1. Well, yeah, 1. No. And that'll end the recursion and that'll bring everything back. Otherwise, I think you just return no. Because what you could conceivably do here is return 0, but that's worthless and will likely just get you in trouble. So this is all of the cases if both of the head is no. Else, if only one of them is no, then you would just follow addition rules and just, because you're adding, let's say, in this case, you're just adding 9 to 0. So it's just 9. Okay. There's some fanciness I can do into here that would clean this up. I'll do it over here just to get my dots out, but I do want to clean this up after. Var val1, I suppose, is, how does that work? I believe it's head1 how do I tertiary? So if head1 exists, then use head1's value. Otherwise, it's 0. And then same thing for value 2. If head2 exists, use head2's value. And if it doesn't exist, then use 0. I'm pretty sure that's how tertiary expressions work. And then we just do this, which means what we really should do is clean that up. Yomi, hello. Oh man, coding pain. You can do mine. Thank you for your faith. Coding is I hate it. I'd mentioned this before, but so a lot of why I wanted to do programming was I wanted to make games, and I know that you'd also gone to gamer school, as it were. How did that end up working out for you? For my own part, I mostly got, I guess not burnt out, but I had made the realization. I was like, oh man, the gaming industry might not be for me. At least not bigger companies with all the what is it called? Of the crunch and worker abuse. Carry over if it exists. 0. So our real base case. So this handles if head is 0. If head1 is no, if head2 is no, and if it handles carryover no matter what. So our only base case is if head1 and head2 doesn't exist, and carryover equals 0, which is to say if there's just nothing left to do, then we return no, and then that should recurse out fully. Yep. Yeah, to be honest, coding was the worst part of me, but at least I learned most of the basics. Coding's terrible, truly terrible. I am a little curious, how was gamer college? So my own college was it did everything. My specific major and my specific program was just overall computer science. But I had been considering like going to a game development program. What did that look like? Also, how's the project going? I know you're on a you're on a bit of a hiatus because of the game jam. How's that going? Oh well, shit. Output undefined. That's not good. Shit. I didn't return anything. God damn it. Okay, now I'm returning 10. Okay, so shit. I tossed in some when it should have been value. I want to say that should be it. Yay. Okay. Let's do the other example test cases. Oh, wait. What? Cannot read property next of no. Right. So if in case one of these does not exist, so what we need is yet another tertiary. If head 1 exists, then we can call it no. Otherwise, we'll probably just toss in no itself. Yep. Sitting with head 2. It was nice for the most part. We had many teachers from game development industry, so they told us all about their experiences. We had many subjects on how to manage companies for some reason. That sounds really good. So I often find it really sad that a lot of indies will make amazing games, but they won't know how to manage the company, or they won't know how to market. I've heard a good rule of thumb is for any product you're making, half your budget should be to marketing, because it doesn't matter how good your thing is, if no one knows about it, they won't play. That makes me really sad when I see like really good indie games that like no one knows about. I'm actually a bit jealous because I didn't. All of my schooling was more on computer science theory and not necessarily how to apply it, and not how to get a job with it. We can. I kind of want to clean this up. No, that looks bad. It's fine. That's fine. More example test cases. Okay, and then we're good. And that handles the empty list correctly, and it handles the case where the list sizes are not equal. So we'll go ahead and submit that. It's on the faster side. Very nice. What is add two numbers to? You are given two non-empty linked lists representing two non-negative integers. The most significant digits comes first, and each of their digits contains a single digit. Oh, so this is the opposite, right? Yeah, this is the opposite. So in the previous one, which we will load, in the previous one, you were able to do what the basic addition algorithm does, which is just add all of them as the, what is it called? Add them each into place. And it is easier because it's in reverse order. However, this one is not in reverse order. This is indeed 7,243. How do you do this? What you could do is just reverse the linked list, which is gross, and then run it. But I'm pretty sure they don't want me to do that. Yeah, and then knowing how to manage a project and publish is also a big part. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I had exactly one semester that taught me like just like, hey, here's what it might look like in a job. You collaborate on a project and do like marketing, do everything. That one semester was not enough to learn everything, and the teacher was not. He didn't teach us much. He really only like gave us a workshop. Project's going well, nice. I was just finishing some sprites right now. Nice, awesome. I'm very excited for it. I'm a huge baby with horror games. So I've never played Yume Nikki, and as much as I love you, Yomi, I don't know if I would ever play a fan game of Yume Nikki. It's I'm very truly a baby with horror. Aleph, hello. How do I do this? I mean, guarantee. Can you solve without reversing input list? Okay, so I mean I kind of want we can reverse it, run add two numbers, and just have that running, and then I'll try a smarter way. And to do that, I'm gonna be super goddamn lazy. Wait, where's my file history? Oh, okay. We're gonna toss this up as I dig around in my history. Shuffle history. Reverse linked list. There we go. Okay, So we're gonna pull what we in the industry call a pro gamer move and just copy everything. Oh boy, wait. Reverse this, yes. Okay. Function reverse list is all of this. Still in rusting. I say yes. So specifically, I have a really big job interview 3 weeks from now, a little less than 3 weeks. So I this is the second wave of this big job interview, and I passed the first one, and I feel like it was a bit of a fluke, and I want to make sure I'm really prepared for this. That's absolutely okay. I don't think it's the best game for streaming anyway. Just so much silent exploration. It's true. If I Okay, so we've just copied our reverse list. We're gonna copy you as well. Function add to nums. That's not the best of naming. Add to num lists. There we go. Good luck. I hope it goes through. Thank you so much. It's a really big company. It is the kind of company that you and I use literally every day. And I'm scared. A lot of it is also this is not one interview, it's actually 5 that they do over the course of a week. So that has me spooked. And if that works out, then I just have a job at this really big company, which is astounding. But it does also mean I will most likely need to move. It's the kind of company that they want their workers to work in the office, assuming it is safe. This will be like September, assuming it is safe to do so. 5 interviews, and it's gonna be 3 back to back, and then a break for the day, and then another 2 back to back. Assuming there wasn't, the big C roaming the world right now, this would be an on-site interview, and I would have gone into the office and just done tons of interviews. Oh my god, I'm so glad I get to break it up. You can do it. Thank you so much. Okay, so wait, no, I need these. But yeah, it's a lot of what's scaring me about this job is I'm almost certainly gonna have to move. I've never moved before. For my college, I went to a commuter school, so while that was an hour there and an hour back, I've just lived with my family this entire time. And if I need to move across the country, like, don't get me wrong, that's exciting to be sure. And I have family over where I would want to move. So everything kind of works out well. But like, oh, that's a big change. So okay, we've got the numbers. We're gonna go ahead and hit it, return, and we're literally just going to reverse these, which is not at all what they were expecting, but for anyone wondering, yes, this is peak programming. Just look up stuff you've done before, or something that someone else has done before, and copy it in and use it, and it'll break. Oh right, I can't just reverse it because that will lose the context of any missing things, right? So reverse this would look like, hold up. It wouldn't save the 0 in here. Okay. What is the best way to do that? There's a linked list, so we don't know the length of it. Oh, that is quite interesting. We'll probably have to add to num list. No, but again, we don't have a. Oh, that's really tough. So reverse. We'd add this here. Your input. Oh, you know what? We have to reverse this as well. Haha. This I don't like looking at this line. Moved once, but it was on the same town. The big thing was the hassle move everything. Moving is a lot of work and new stuff to get used to. Oh yeah. For example, test cases. Would it actually reversed? Hold up. Wait, no, that looks correct. Oh, it's reverse list. Oops. Hey, there we go. So we'll go ahead and submit it. Yay! Wait, that's actually really fast. That's really fast. And then the memory usage is garbage because we're each of these we're creating a new list, which is fine. My parents are so okay. I'm in America. I am in I'm in New England. So up there with like Maine and New York and so on and so forth. If I get this job, I'd have to move all the way to California, which is 3 time zones back, and that's gonna mess with me. I have a lot of family in California, so that's cool. But also like my parents, especially my dad, has been like really excited about the prospect. If I get this job and I move to California, he's gonna want to move to California as well. Yes, the other side of the coast, complete other side. I'm like right on the eastern coast, and I would move right over to the western coast. That's we're talking. How far away is that? Google Maps. We're talking 3 time zones. So let's go ahead and zoom out. Measure distance from you to you. That is 2,600 miles. That's pretty far. Buddha, hello. Namaste, my boys. A big change of age. Yeah, oh yeah. So right now where I live, I have easy access to the major metropolitan areas, like the really big cities. There's only maybe like a 20-minute drive away. But where I am right now it's a quieter town. I don't know if I'm a city boy. Is the thing. Moving 3 hours back, basically time traveling. I get the time travel exactly once. I love it. Okay, so I probably should. What does this look like if I don't reverse the input list? This is. Each of their nodes contains a single digit. Add the 2 numbers and return the sum as linked list. I don't know if you can. Wait, I guess you don't have to care. That's really tough. Okay, so you need at minimum, because you don't actually care what place this is. Like this is the 1000th place, but you don't need that context. You just need to know what place it is in relation to the other number. I'm always a bit bad how big USA. Honestly, yeah, it's let's see here. We're going to Google Maps again. This is. I mean, I'm sure this is a lot of why America is so fucky politically. It's so goddamn big. Anyone, especially Americans, can be like, yeah, America is this place. Well, we only see like the smallest percentage of it. It's so incredibly big and diverse. Let's see. That is from. Oh, like that's a little far. We're talking about the distance from the UK to Iran, which is a lot. That spans the entirety. Is that the entirety of Europe? That's the entirety of Europe. Like from Portugal's western coast right to where like Russia blends in between Europe and Asia. That's 2600. That's fuck. I didn't when you put it into that perspective, that's freaking insane. Same. Yeah, oh yeah. Everywhere is fucky politically, but America seems for exterior is special. Yeah, yeah. Let's just say the past 5. Well, okay, this year's been okay, but the past while, I've not been proud to be an American. So okay, this. I think the only way you can do this is with a single pass-through to figure out the length. And then you pad whichever is the smaller one. I think that has to be how you do it. Wait, no, you can't even do that, because if you're adding, let's say here, 4 plus 6 is 10, so then you'd have to, the carryover comes before. So if you're doing this recursively, you would do this 2 plus 5. You would just have to know that there's carryover. How do you do it without reversing the input list? I kind of want to see this discussion now. Maximum recursive by counting the difference of length. Add 2 numbers. Let's see. Get length. Okay. Get length. Okay, yeah. So just a simple goes through the linked list to figure out the length. Runs that on both linked lists. We've got the size. We've got the head. Make sure that length 1 equals length 2. Helper. Maya, hello, hello. Thank you for coming by. Wait. This is. I'm honestly really astounded. Every time I do a writing or a programming stream, it ends up being one of my more popular ones. Like, how? This should be boring. But hi, Maya, how you doing? How's the recovery going? I say bless America by my buddy JC and his essay sister. How are you? I'm good. Last time I did a programming thing, I got stuck. I said I was not going to do a third one, and then I saw a third one. I was like, oh, I'll take a look at this, and I got stuck on it for an hour, and then I called it quits. This one has been kind to me so far. I'm not gonna do the. I'm not gonna figure this out. But I've got some tea, of which I will take a sip now. It's hard, but I'm doing. You got this. You got this. You're strong. I believe in you. Now that being said, I actually never asked what kind of surgery was it. Hopefully nothing too stressful or scary. The only surgery I've ever had was getting my wisdom teeth out, and that, I mean, I was out cold for an entire day. But other than that, actually, well, I was fine after my wisdom teeth for like 2 days, and then the holes where the wisdom teeth were got infected, and that fucking sucked. And then of course my brother, with like the world's best immune system, he got all 4 of his wisdom teeth out and nothing. Like he went to sleep for like 4 hours, woke up, and he was totally fine. No pain, no infections, no nothing. I'm incredibly jealous of him. How? Oh, helper. Offset is the right. Yeah. Okay. So this does make new offsets, right? Yeah. It makes new it makes new list nodes to offset the difference in place. But how do you handle the carryover? It's serious. I'm glad you've pulled through. It'll take a week or so to recover. Well, I'm sending you my I'm sending you prayers. Best of luck. And I'm sure you'll be back on your feet in no time. I have faith. There we go. Hand or carry. If wait, how do I? Okay. If post is not no, and post. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna do this. This is a lot. We'll find other problems. I know it's abbreviated. SRS. Yes. Okay. Surgery. Now I'm a squeamish motherfucker, so this is hopefully not too bad. Okay. Gotcha. Well, I'm very happy for you. Very happy. I hope I hope recovery goes well, and I hope you're far happier with yourself now. Reverse. I probably. Well. I forget how long I've been streaming. My friggin' OBS crashed, and I'm not recording this, which is unfortunate. But cave largest element in array. You look fine. I was looking for a medium one. Let's see here. Given an integer array nums and an integer k, return the cave largest element in the array. Note that it is the cave largest element in the sorted order, not cave distinct element. When you just want to sort it. So okay, it's easy enough to go through an array and keep track of the largest element you've seen so far. And print that out. So how that looks is we'll have an array of, let's say, let's just copy you. If you're looking for the largest, well, okay, we'll toss in like a 7 here. If you're looking for the largest element in the array, you'd go through the array and be like, okay, well, we see a 3. That is the largest one we've seen so far. 2, is that larger than the largest one we've seen, which is a 3? And it's not, we'll continue on. 7 is the only one larger than our current copy of 3. So we update the largest now 7. We compare all these to 7. We haven't found anything. And now that we've saved 7 as our largest, we print that out. But if we're looking for the kth largest, to the 4th largest in this would be, wait, hold up. So first largest is 6, then 5, then 5, then 4, right? But then, isn't that just sort it? Wouldn't you just sort it so that it looks like 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, all that, and then you just, since this is perfectly sorted, you know the last one is the largest, and then the second largest, third largest, fourth largest, you're done. This isn't medium. Wait, this strikes me as way too easy. Where's the catch? Okay, we got nums, sort, and I know JavaScript, being a weakly typed language, will sort alphanumerically, which is really bloody stupid. And what that means is, consider let's say 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 30. If you run, hold up. If you run sort on this, it will convert these numbers into text. So it will sort like this, because that's how it would appear in a dictionary. This is not useful because JavaScript is bloody stupid. You have to create your own function. Yes, function AB return A minus B. And yes, I did just copy this off of Stack Overflow. Cool. Okay, so we sort nums and return nums of let's say, okay, so the final one is nums.length minus 1. I love JavaScript shenanigans so much. God, have you heard of JS fuck? JS fuck. This, we'll toss this in here. JS fuck. This is technically correct JavaScript. Everything is either an array, I believe, an array. I forget what this is. I mean, parentheses and or function. So to my knowledge, empty array plus empty array is null, is false, and then you can invert that to be true, because fuck JavaScript. It's so dumb. I actually haven't. So okay, what can I? Can I do? I really hope this won't get me in trouble. We'll toss you out. To my knowledge, this doesn't have any swears. This also might not make sense to a good many people, but.
All right, good. You guys know what WAT means?
This is quite
WAT.
old, so
Exactly.
there will be old memes.
Let's talk about Ruby.
It's disgusting.
In Ruby, if you
disintegrates my
reference
brain
an
just by looking at
undefined
it.
variable, of course it name errors, as you would expect. And if you try to assign B to A with them undefined, of course it name errors, as you would expect. And what happens if you try to assign A to A with A undefined? Nil. Correct. Nil. WAT.
There's a specific JavaScript
Let's talk about
thing.
Ruby. Array plus array. Well,
Yes.
let me ask you this first. What should array plus array be? Empty array. I would also accept type error. That is not what array plus array is. Wrong. Wrong.
false.
Array plus array is empty string.
JavaScript's stupid,
Obviously.
and there are a great many examples of this. JavaScript's really stupid. That will make sense to only a very few amount of people. But if there, I mean, there's stuff like if you have a string -2, that'll throw everything off. To understand why a weakly typed language like JavaScript is fucky, I want you to imagine like when people say you can't compare apples to oranges. Well, JavaScript lets you, and then it will give you something garbage, and it will expect you to make sense of it. Or you can do stuff like a house multiplied by a cow, and it will just give you random garbage, and you're just supposed to make sense of it. This reminds me of a friend starting programming JavaScript while infinity. I had mentioned this before. Programmers are very dangerous in that we're all bloody lazy and we don't know what we're doing. With a break inside the loop. That's disgusting. I can't say I'm surprised I did that stuff when I was a kid. Not kid, teenager, but like, god damn. There's a difference between your code working and being good. Okay, so we've sorted our array. Nums.length -1 is the index for the final one, which is the kth one. Okay, wait, no, this actually might be beautiful, I think. So nums.length -1 is, once it's sorted, it is the first largest, which should mean that nums.length -2 is the second largest. So what we can actually do to find k is just nums.length -k, since we are ensured that k equal, well, k is at least 1 and it fits within length. So let's see, if consider this, what if k equals 5? What would that look like? That's nums.length -5, length is 5, so that would result in 0, which is fine. Is that it? Is that really it? That can't be it. That cannot be it. You're kidding me. This is supposed to be really hard. But I could make this a one-liner, I believe. Because that should return, well, does sort return the array itself? I wonder. It does. I did this in a one-liner. Great. But this was supposed to be hard. Okay, I was telling myself maybe I'd end on this one, but I guess we're doing another one. Longest substring without repeating characters. Sure. My brain immediately, so even without reading this, my brain thinks, okay, well, without repeating characters, you're gonna want a map. You need a way to track characters that you've seen so none of them repeat, and you need a map for that, or in JavaScript, JSON. Given a string s, find the length of the longest substring without repeating characters. Oh, this I can see this being actually quite long. Answer is ABC with a length of 3. This is B, right? Because that would immediately go in. How would you? The Q. Right. Yes. Okay. So you can't. This is length 2, length 1. And since because the substring has to be what is the word? They have to be consecutive characters. So you should be able to go through this string only once. Notice that the answer must be a substring. It's a subsequence, not a substring. Yes, okay. My T is getting cold. So we need. How do I do this? We need to go through. I keep doing int. We're not in Java. We need to go through that length I++. So let's say a JSON, I guess. Bar map equals that. We got car map for a bit of clarity. So what does the logic look like though? This is the first of the programs that I did today where I didn't immediately know what the algorithm should look like. We'll start with the first one, which is immediately a valid substring because, you know, they're, well, bar length or longest length equals 0, and we will return longest length. So base case, if the string is empty, this doesn't do anything, we return longest length, which starts at 0, which is correct. So I think what we do is go through var car equals I dot car at, typing is hard, car at I, if car map car. So if it doesn't exist, oh wait, I hit insert somewhere in here, which is to say this is a character we've not seen before, then var, we need a current length equals 0. If this is a character we haven't seen before, which is immediately true if it's the very first character, then current length adds up, and then we will indeed add it. Yeah. Otherwise, if we see a character that we have already saved in character map, then we possibly update. Well, okay. We haven't yet updated character length, current length, which is fine. If longest length is, oh well, it's probably makes more sense to do it the other way around. Current length is greater than the longest length, then longest length gets updated to the current length. And I believe that's all we need. Either way, we have to clean up character map as we're effectively blanking it, and then we add it again, effectively doing all this stuff. Yeah. Which means we should pull that up to a function, right? Yeah. Function add char. Anytime you would want to do the exact thing more than once, you should pull that out into a function just so people can look at it and know exactly what is going on there. Although either way, that gets, since that happens on both sides, like this happens no matter what, this is effectively going at the end, which means we don't actually have to pull it out. Since we're only doing it once, this doesn't actually do anything. So what this actually reads is if this already exists in the character. Okay, so yeah, we'll go through a character. If it already exists, then we save the longest length. Oh, we update the longest length if needed. Current length gets reset. We reset everything. We reset the character map. Yeah. And we continue going with the new substring. So how does that look? We've got A, which does not exist. We'll put A into the character map. Current length is 1. Onto B. B does not exist. Put that length is now 2. Put that in the character map. C, same thing. Current length is now 3. We go into A. A does exist. Current length, which is 3, is greater than longest length, which is 0. Longest length gets updated to 3. Current length and character map get reset. Then we have A again. And then we start counting up from there. And then this should be 3 as well. We'll hit the B. Current length, which is 3, is not greater than longest length, which is also 3. So we don't need to update it. Not that it matters. We will reset everything. And then B and B. So what does that look like at the end? We're here. Current length is 1. Well, right? We update the length after checking the character and adding it to it. Yes, okay, so we're here. Current length is 1. Character map just only has B. And then we stop. So what we actually need, in the case that this is a completely unique thing, if we never encounter this, we need to do at least one. In the case that the example is, say, that. Because it will iterate through all of this. We'll never get to the point where we see a duplicate. Thus, the entire thing is the longest substring without repeating characters. So we need to save current length at least once. That actually might be it. I want to say that's it. Nope. Wait. This is fun. Oh, it's not I, though. It's S. S for string. Run example test cases. Oh, we don't need to debug, and we'll go ahead and submit this. Okay, wait. Okay. Expected 3. Ah. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so if it's let's say let's say P. Yeah. Okay, so it will go as far as this. Considering this was a do you do that for loop multiple times? So we're considering this substring, which is of length 6. We hit the P, so our current long is 6. However, it won't go back to look at previous letters, at previous characters. We're only gonna start this forward, this from this P forward, which is 5. However, the actual longest substring is this, which is of length like 10 or something, right? 9, 10. I can't math. That's 10. Okay, well, I mean, the cheap thing we can do is just do it multiple times, but we'll shift the starting position, which is disgusting, but it should work. I want to say. Okay, so J starts at I. Yep, your basic. One of them, the outer loop starts you on. It determines what your starting character is going to be, and then the inner loop actually iterates you out of it. And then the next one will go like starting from B and then starting from C, and so on and so forth. Okay. I want to say it should work. It probably takes a real long time. Yep, here it is taking a real long time. Uh-oh. ASJ. So what is okay? This also took quite a while. Because this is a big O of n squared, which is disgusting. You don't exactly want that. I'm sure there's something smarter you can do here, but yeah. So the actual expected should be this. No, should be this. Wait. So it should start here. We get our first is 5. Turn left equals 0. Oh, wait a second. Hold up. This might not update. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay, so we need to clean this up. Because for this loop here will go through the entire thing. And then of course, we're gonna make sure we need to make sure that current left up gets reset throughout that. Same with the character map. It's the longest left that is the only thing that will stay persistent throughout this. And then we'll submit it again and take a really long time, and we'll probably get a wrong answer. I keep going back for my tea, but like I've been time limit exceeded. Wow, that's quite a lot. Wow. Light above. Okay. Yeah, and this is a very like, hey, maybe don't do big O of n squared. Don't do n squared, you know? What is the smartest way to figure that out? You know what? Okay, so consider that the current the longest length is, let's say, 6. You don't need, this can stop if long as, like, let's say, consider, let's say I drew s dot length minus 1. I don't know what that exactly would look like. So length of I guess yeah, substring is s dot length minus I, right? Because that makes sense. If I is 0, then length of substring is just s dot length. And so if this, or this looks so gross. If less s dot length minus I would ever be less than the longest length, then there's no point in checking the rest of it. Because in this, let's say that I mean, that only shaves off a little bit. That shaves off a very, very small amount. I mean, it would speed it up. It's not exactly the time boost that I'm hoping for. Wait, I can do the same thing with here though, which should speed it up a little bit more. SLF is less than, yeah. So which is to say, don't like skip everything if what you would consider is smaller than the longest length, because obviously those won't have a longer length than the longest length. Time limit exceeded. We're actually, hold up. This is, wow, we didn't even pass a single test case. So this, something about this is taking way too much time. We'll just toss in a break, I guess. Or is it, I believe this is break. Which, I hate looking at this a lot, but fuck it. Wait, oh shoot. Hold up. Oh, you know what? I think I had it wrong. Yeah, so if it's less than longest length, then we need to give up. But this is you defining when you continue. Yeah. Yeah, test cases are fine. Submit. Wrong answer. This is tough. I'm really bad at optimization is the thing. Time limit exceeded. Okay, well, man, that is at least the same one. So I'm not, oh, so this is the very last test case. Man. How do you speed this up further? I don't know. If current length is... So, okay, writing to the character map is gonna slow things down to be sure. But you need a hash map for this. Yeah, I can't think of a... So, okay, the hash map itself can't be sped up. So it has to be this loop. There has to be a smarter way to skip over iterations that you do not care about. You know what you could do is, well, okay, no, you can't even make that assumption. I don't know. I'm really stumped. Programming stuff. Let's see some of these discussions. C++ code in 10 lines. Dictionary. Yes. Okay. So you make a hash map. Maximum length starts -1, or you loop over the string if dictionary. Okay. Wait. Dictionary is a vector greater than start equals I. What is I? Oh wait, hold up. Does this say where each dictionary thing is? If the dictionary of the S.I. Okay, so if the dictionary of any given character is greater than start, where start is -1, we start there. We start at that dictionary thing. And then that equals I. So this is to say, this map. This map saves the position, the last position of any given character, which makes sense because for any substring, any given character can only appear once. Okay, we save the position of each character. If that position of that character is greater than start, then we update the start to that. Maxlen equals maxlen. What is maxlen? Okay, yeah, and then we update max length if that exists. I equals start. I s dot length. So I would go through the string for each character in the string. Store a character's position. If it's greater than start starting at -1, then update the start. So in the case of this, start would be put to like somewhere here. And meanwhile, all of this, like A would equals 0, B would equals 1, so on and so forth. And maximum length would be a maximum length of 0, or I equal minus start. And this is what's really confusing me. Because wouldn't I minus start just be 0? Because if going through this first loop here, I would be, let's say this is 40 minus start gets updated to that. Oh wait, no, I see. Okay, so it's critically important that this gets update. This start is written to the last saved index that you saw this character at before you update that index. So consider here, or I guess consider this a if you start. This is really tough. Start would be equal to here. And we'll go through and save and max length would so far be. I really don't. I can't make sense of this. I'm sorry. Man, this is. I really hope I don't get a program like this. My Java. This would destroy me. Okay. So I'm out of tea. I'm out of brain juice. And in an hour, Ina's gonna do a birthday stream. I don't want to watch that. But thank you everyone that they came through. I'm truly astounded that any of you were interested in this. But Tasty, Curry, Gil, Honey, Mausu popped by a little bit. Yomi, Aleph, and Buddha, and Maya. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you anyone lurking or in the VODs. I don't know why you would watch the VODs of someone programming, but hey, if you are here, thank you. Okay, so I have a stream. I suppose 3 streams of note. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. EDT, Reina Hardcore will be reading fan fiction, and she will be reading my 39-page long fan fiction, and I'm gonna be there, and so should you guys. Everyone should be there. She just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we should get her more. If you're not already following Reina wait, hold up, I should plug her. Reina Hardcore. If you are not already following and subscribing Reina Hardcore, please do so. She's amazing, and she has truly endless amounts of patience for our bullshit. The Rain Fangs, dude. Oh, the Rain Fangs fiction has been amazing. I'm honestly very truly proud of what I wrote. I tried my hardest. I can't do smut. That's just not my thing. I really hope it's like, it's just a genuinely good story. I'm quite proud of it. But tomorrow, that's at 3 p.m. EDT. At 9 p.m. EDT, I'll be playing Dota. My first time playing a MOBA on stream. I've been playing Dota for 8 years, and I hate every bit of it. But I'm gonna be doing that. And then finally, I'm gonna be doing Koi no Katachi in about 46 hours. That's Saturday. Also, wait, that might be 9. Saturday, 9 p.m. EDT. I'm gonna be watching Koi no Katachi. That'll be in the Seiso Industries Discord. That'll be really cool. But yeah, thank you for everyone that stopped by. For me, you Lovelies, this has been Monty Seelana, your favorite fairy scholar. Thank you for the fun stream. Have yourself a good evening and goodbye.